Hi guys, this is Siri from City's Tutor Blogs and welcome to my YouTube channel for Business Analyst Artifacts series. So in the last blog, we have already discussed about sequence diagrams and how the business analyst is going to understand the sequence diagrams to create and derive the swim line diagrams or any other diagrams out of it. So watch that video if you have missed it. And I'll going to put the description below for the previous video so that you guys don't miss it. But today we are going to look into use case diagrams. So use case diagrams are created during the analysis phase and after the illustration requirements and before the formal validation, and it is then reviewed with the stakeholders to validate the scope, system interaction, and the actors. What are the who are the actors, and refining the requirements based on the stakeholders' feedback. So basically, it is a high level document which shows how the actors, the external actors, interact. Okay, with the system in order to achieve the business goals. So for the sequence diagrams, we have to identify the actors. The external users who going to use the system. So the actors could be the customers, merchants, banks, PSPs, any payment platforms, any acquirer could be the actors. The next one is identifying the system functions. Like you have to understand what the system does, like the payment, validation, and processing. This is what it shows, like end to end payment flow. And then the system boundaries, like what is inside versus outside the system. So basically it is like who is working, who is interacting with the system, and what the system does. So it captures the functional scope, and the system interaction and the actors and the dependencies, etc., during the whole in the use case diagrams. So let's look into the use case diagram, and we will understand in detail this use case diagrams. And these are the actors. So customer is an actor, merchant, PSP, bank. These are the different actors. So this is how we have to read this use case diagram. So let's see. So the customer is going to make a payment and he's going to select a payment type. It can be Visa, MasterCard, debit card, MasterCard, Amex, or something, and he'll submit the payment details, and it reaches. This is the main heart of the payment processing thing. So here, from here, the validation it goes. So if you see this, include and extend. Include means it is a mandatory field and must to have execution. This is a must execution. Without the execution, it will not skip to some any other operations. So in this payment process payment, it will accepts different input fields like the custody, the card information. All the required fields will be selected, and those payment validation will be happening here. So once the payment validations are happened successfully, it will then redirects the call to the authorizing payment, which is the bank. Here, the bank is going to validate whether he has sufficient funds in his balance or not, and all those checks, the authorization, authentication, the risk, fraud, compliance. All these checks will be done in the bank side, and then once they feel it has enough funds, they will approve or reject. So that information will come back here. And at last, this is the capture payments. This is where the payments fees are collected, and the things like the settlement. The settlement charges, or the report generation, audit logging, or messaging like emails, or SMS messages, reconciliation, chargebacks, all these things, the settlements all will happen here. And then it will send back the information to the process payment. And from process payment, it sends out the confirmation to the merchant. So this will reach to a receive order confirmation API, and from there it will send out to the merchant. So is basically from this it will go to the merchant. So merchant will going to see the order confirmation. So the reason why the customer and merchant is in the same lane is the customer is going to go to a grocery store. So the merchant and customer, both of them will be in the same place, operating from a same terminal. So whatever the receipt merchant is going to see, the merchant is also going to be seeing the same thing. So this is the exact use case diagram, the business flow diagrams for this one, which we have seen last in our last blog, the sequence diagram. See, this is also the same thing. The customer makes the initial payment to the e-commerce platform and to the payment gateway, and from payment gateway it goes to the bank processes it and then returns the response back to the customer. So this same sequence diagram, out of these sequence diagrams, the business analyst has to develop these kind of use case diagrams, which includes the functionality and the business flow, the functional flow as well as the business flow, so that the stakeholders can understand properly how the business is getting uh, how it's according to the business expectation, and how the system is interacting from the external users point of view. As an external user, how they are interacting and how the system is, what the system will do, what the system will does, the functionality, how it is going to execute the functionality. So those are the two things uh, we are going to see. We will be looking in the use case diagrams. So that's it, guys. I hope you like this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.